Christmas Day. I've come out to have a Christmas fire. So, as you can tell, I'm having an OCD fire today. Everything's nice and ordered, everything's square. Look at that, nice, eh? It's actually a remarkably easy way to get a fire going. Just build up a little square, get a fire going in the middle, hey presto, you have a fire in there in no time. That'll get going really fast. Now, most people's idea of Christmas, I'll put my little arm back on my chair there, we go. Most people's idea of Christmas is sitting in front of a log fire, which I'm about to have, in a very comfortable chair, which I'm now sitting in. I will show you that in just a second. I do have an amazing Christmas tree. Actually, I have two amazing Christmas trees. They're about 40 feet tall, maybe 50, that one. Don't have any decorations on them. However, they are decorated with a little bit of snow and what have you. And the good thing is, they're still growing in the middle of nowhere. Look at that. Yeah. Right. Looks like some people have been playing on the ice there. So, as I say, campfire in the snow, really comfy chair. Doesn't get much better than that, let me tell you. And today, I am going to be cooking Christmas dinner on a campfire. I will show you that in a bit. There we go. Well, since it is Christmas, and normally I'm burning this kind of wood, I did find a very nice log that somebody left me here, but I think I need a slightly better log. Yes. So I brought along this one. I have quite a few of these, so I shall chop this one up a bit. Perfect. And since it is Christmas, I have to have the Christmas hat, hence the Christmas hat. This is how you know it's Christmas. Oh, actually, you know what? Oh no, that's better. Now that is what I call a Christmas log fire. Sit next to a lake in the middle of nowhere. Sun's about to come up. Looks like we're going to have a beautiful blue sky day. Needless to say, there's very little traffic on the road because today's Christmas Day. I think everybody's staying at home. But yes, I think this might actually be a very nice campfire. There's only one thing that's missing. That's a Christmas beverage. So, just so happens, I have one of those. So, I will see if I can find somewhere in here. I'm being ambushed by sparrows. Yeah. There are sparrows everywhere. At least the jays haven't turned up yet. I'm sure they will. Well, this is Christmas. Get off my food stack. Look at it. Literally, I just walked away from the table and there are 1, 2, 3 sparrows everywhere. Look, there's nothing for you. No, go away. I think they're sparrows. Swifts or something, I don't know, swallows, something. Not sure. Yes, hello you. See, most people have Christmas with friends and family. So do I. But mine are called squirrels, deer. I saw a deer over there. And apparently a large amount of birds. Look at them. Oh my good gracious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, they've all come mob-handed now. I can see there's nothing here for you. I'm not feeding you. If I feed you, you will die. You will not find your own food. Yeah. So, sorry, I can't feed you. Literally, there's probably 5, 6, 7 or more sitting all over this table now looking for food. Oh, hello. You gonna come and sit on my hand? What do you reckon? You reckon they'll sit on my hand? I'm not sure they will. Let's hold my hand out and see if they will. They might. I know the jays will if you hold your hand out like that. I'm not sure these guys will. No. I don't want to encourage them too much. Well, here we are, Christmas 2022, December, what are we, 24th I guess, being Christmas Day. Get out of my pack. Like I say, I brought my friends and family with me. They're all under there trying to steal all my food. And it's Christmas Day, so I have to have that. Feet up in front of the fire on a very nice log. Christmas tree, Christmas beverage, Christmas hat. Doesn't get much better than that. I'm going to cook Christmas dinner in a bit, but I need to get some heat going in this fire first of all. Can't cook much on that fire, so I shall get some heat going. Oh, that is so good. I should have bought one of these that's a recliner. You can actually get these that recline, so that would have been rather nice. Hello, yes. Well, that's an unexpected surprise. Yes, I have guests. Don't stand up there, it's hot. Yeah. Yes, they're all looking for food. Just shows you how conditioned they are to people and food though, doesn't it? Yeah. Which is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Not going to find your own food if I feed you. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Oh, getting some heat in that fire now. I've got some decent logs in there. If you start them off square like that, it's like they call it a log cabin fire. You start them off as log cabin fire. You don't have to do too much for it. Log cabin fire is one of those brilliant fire lays. You just set it and forget it, basically. That'll burn. If I left that and did absolutely nothing to it now, I wouldn't have to do anything to that for about the next hour. It would just burn. Yeah. But somebody did leave me a very nice log. Look at that. That is a decent sized log. I'll take that. Yeah. Very nice. Pretty dry too. I might have to split it. But I only have my little axe today, so that might be interesting trying to split that. Right. Tea is done. Fire is coming along nicely. Birds will all be leaving soon because they're realising they're not getting anything. Yeah. Right, I think that will do for that for the minute. Let's get some good heat going in there and I'll do some more later. Well, I was wrong. I did manage to split that round log with that little hatchet. Just shows you what you can do if you have a little hatchet and you beat the crap out of it with a 2x4 straight through a piece of wood. But it worked. Yes, right. Let's go and check my Christmas tree. Looks very nice. Look at that for a Christmas tree. And that's how I like to see Christmas trees, still growing in the ground. Unfortunately, people like to come out to the forest and dig up a Christmas tree, and it's Christmas tradition. We've always done it. Let's go out to the mountains and cut down a Christmas tree, which is great. And I understand people's desire to have a real tree, but there are actually Christmas tree farms where farmers actually grow them especially for that purpose. And they grow much better trees than you're going to find just growing wild out here. But it's but you picture 10,000 people coming out from the city to cut down a tree, and they've been doing that for 10 years. That's 100,000 trees they've cut down. But, we should actually be planting 100,000 trees, not cutting down 100,000 trees. There are pros and cons in everything though, because removing some of those trees does actually thin them out in areas where they're growing pretty thick. So, and it's a double-edged sword, because I know, at least in the city of Calgary, they do actually compost the trees. They take them all back, they grind them up, they compost them. Just have a look, see if there's any firewood in here. Nothing really much in there of firewood. Somebody had a big fire in here. So these little logs like this, all looks like charcoal. It's actually really good stuff. I like to, at the end of the day before I go home, sometimes first thing in the morning I'll do it, I'll dig out all the fire pits, get all the ash and that out of them. Sprinkle those around the trees. It makes for a good food for the trees. Look at that for Christmas tree. That's how I'd rather see a tree. If you want a real tree, you can go to any one of dozens and dozens of Christmas tree farms where they grow them specifically for that. You know, that's why they're grown. I would rather see these trees grown in the forest. So let's chuck that old bit of wood in the bottom of there. There we go. Yeah, that was a bit of a split, I must admit, because I put that on there, put the axe right smack in the middle of it, and then just beat it right the way through with a big lump of 2x4, and it actually worked. Yeah, split very nicely. That's some good firewood. I've got one piece in there already. Yeah. All extra firewood, all helps. Yeah. Look at this though. Once that sun breaks that hill, I am in for a very, very nice day, I can tell. So I will set this back up on there. There we go. Oh, comes the birds again. And then once I have some decent heat, I will cook some Christmas dinner. Got special Christmas dinner this year. Yeah. Right, let me get this going, get some heat in there, and we go from there. Oh, great plan. However, I've cut up my footrest now. So I have that other big log, I can put that there. I've just got that closer to the fire just to dry it out a bit. But it's been in the -30s for the last little bit. But it's actually rather nice now that it's warmed up. We are actually around about 0 to -5, which sounds really stupid, but it actually feels really warm now. Once it's been -30 for someone, trust me, -5 feels actually very warm. Yeah. Bit of a breeze, which might be too bad, because where I am later on when I've had this campfire and that, depending on the time and all that other good stuff, I might take a run a bit further down the road and see what I can find down there. But they do have the bottom of this road all closed off now. You can't go down through the mountains that way now. That you have to give the wildlife somewhere for winter, and it's the big road in there is very, very steep, very icy, and not a great place for tobogganing down the hill in a car. If you fall in the ditch down there, trust me, they ain't going to find you till spring. So, yes, fire's getting going nice now. See, feet up. I should have left that log, because that log was exactly about right there. It would have been perfect. Yeah. Either way, I will take that as is. Sit and enjoy this. This is most people's absolute dream of Christmas, you know, sitting in front of a log fire, feet up in front of a log fire, nice wood there, axe ready to cut up some more Christmas trees, beautiful weather, snow, surrounded by friends and family, well, birds. I have jays, sparrows, whatever those other little black and white ones were. I'll have to look those up when I get home. There was a deer on the way in here. I did see a deer, but I was wondering whether the deer might come down through this way, because they do use it, but if they see me they're just going to go around anyway. But a lot of deer track down in here. I just had a look out on the lake there. Can't see any beaver prints. There are beavers in that lake, that pond there, and there's a beaver lodge the other side. And they stash all their food underneath there for the winter. So, yeah, very nice, eh? Right, I will put this away for a bit, get some heat in there, get some coals, and I'm going to get Christmas dinner on. Doesn't get much better than that. That's all coming along nicely. That piece wouldn't fit, and I couldn't be bothered to saw it in half, so that'll burn through in no time. Most people have Christmas music. Listen to that. That's my Christmas music. That is the wind in the trees. Listen to that. Now, if that's not an amazing tune, I don't know what is. I'll take that any day of the week. I had the radio on in the car away. I was hoping to listen to the weather forecast and the traffic forecast. However, it was a whole pot of Christmas music for some reason. Not quite sure why. There was a whole pot of Christmas music. Yes. I should have kept that little piece. That would have been rather nice for that. Yeah. I didn't actually think that was going to split up very well, but it did. It's incredibly dry firewood. I'll take that. Yeah, that split up quite nice. Somebody had left a log. That's always my rule. What I do is whenever I leave, I always leave a piece of firewood for the next people, and I usually leave some lighting wood, because that tends to be the bits that people forget. They always remember to bring the logs and that with them, but they don't remember to bring much in the way of like lighting wood with them. So I leave one of them, like 2x4s under there, and just split it up into lighting wood and just leave it under the table there somewhere, or hidden away, just so people can find it, and makes it easier for the next people. This one I had to dig quite a bit of ash out of this. This is quite a popular spot down here. A lot of people over there, there's a couple of fire pits over there through the trees. A lot of people like to use those. So you find big groups now in the summer, they'll come down and have big picnics and that. A very popular spot in the summer for picnics and stuff. It's a very nice place actually. But they'll all come down through here and you'll find loads and loads of people. So that fire pit over there tends to always be full of logs, and there's usually firewood laying around over there. But I like to just leave some bits underneath the table. Just makes it easier for the next people. They're starting to give off some good heat now. It's a shame this fire pit doesn't have one of those, you know, with the pieces cut out the front, because the amount of heat that comes out through the gap in those is stunning. Yeah, these ones that are solid like this, they don't tend to have as much heat come out sideways. Once that metal gets hot, trust me, they chuck off a lot of heat. I was kind of hoping, I started another bit of video because I figured the sun was going to rise right over the top of those trees, and if I can get the sun just on the top of those trees over there, that will look pretty good, because it will look like a little star on the top of the tree. So my Christmas trees will have a little star on it. That'd be kind of good. Oh, here comes more music. Oh yes, I can listen to that tune all day, every day. Love that tune. Oh, oh, oh. Oh yeah, that's good. Right, I will put this away for a second. Once I've got some good coals in there, I'm going to start doing some cooking. Right, cooking with Dave time. Let me just adjust that a little touch, I guess. There we go. Right, now this is how you cook a Christmas dinner on a campfire. Now most people do, they'll probably have turkey, potatoes, carrots, sprouts. Not everybody likes sprouts, but I do. We have a nice cranberry sauce on there, and ooey gooey, really nice gravy, nice spicy gravy. However, I don't actually have any turkey, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a beef Christmas dinner, and I'm going to do a beef Christmas dinner with infused with spices and herbs from all over the world. Actually, the spices come a long way. And then what you do is you wrap all those spices and herbs and beef into a little pastry casing. You get out of the smoke, because the smoke is going to get in my eyes. However, smoked Christmas dinner is not bad. So to do Christmas dinner bushcraft style, what you need is Christmas dinner. So, Christmas dinner is going to go on there, and that's going to be cooked very, very quick. So I shall move that to the side. But this is how you cook Christmas dinner, Dave style, on a campfire. So I'm having beef in spices. These are spicy sausage rolls, and spices have come from all over the world. Yeah, but I'm going to have to be really careful, because that fire is incredibly hot, and you can tell it's Christmas dinner because of the hat. That's how you know. That's the difference. That's the crucial difference. If you're going to do Christmas dinner, you have to have a Christmas hat. No Christmas hat, no Christmas dinner. And the secret is to keep moving it, because that fire is hot. Now, being Christmas, and people seem to eat an excessive amount of food at Christmas, I do have two of these with me today. Plus I have some pepperoni in there, and for Christmas pudding, instead of having a Christmas pudding, I have Christmas grapefruit, which is kind of the same, other than grapefruit is yellow, round and grows on trees, and Christmas pudding doesn't. Other than that, they're exactly the same. Yeah. I can tell you now, this is going to do very, very quickly. The heat from there, normally I just pick them up with my fingers, but not on that fire. That is hot. Yeah. That's nice actually. Ooh, it's toasty, toasty. So this is how you do Christmas dinner Dave style. Can't take my eyes off that for too long, I can tell you. Let's see if I can turn that round actually. Let me tell you, that is hot. Now I was going to bring my big kettle with me, I do have it in the car, and boil up some water and make some hot chocolate. That I should have done, however, I didn't know how bad the wind and that was going to be on the way out. So, I should have brought my hot chocolate with me. So, I do have some at home. Oh, Christmas dinner is nearly cooked. See, most people spend, I don't know, 2-3 hours in the kitchen on Christmas Day preparing food, and the wife's in the kitchen cooking and telling everybody to get the hell out of the kitchen while she's busy. There's pots and pans and stuff all over the show. And we lay an amazing meal that could feed 5,000 people when it takes 3 hours to cook. However, this will feed one person and will take about 10 minutes, not even, on this fire. Oh no, trust me, that's done. Oh, that smells so good. You can smell the spices. Those spices have come a long way. Those are really good. They're well-travelled spices. They're not just your local spices. These are well-travelled spices. Right. I'm going to let that cool down a bit whilst I enjoy my Christmas dinner. Oh. I'm going to have to let that cool down a little touch actually, because that is rather hot. See, most people's dream is to eat Christmas dinner in front of a nice log fire. Yeah, so log fire, Christmas dinner. Oh. And the sun is just about to break those trees over there. So I will have my little star on top of the tree. Actually, it's a very big star. It's just 93 million miles away, but it's over there. Yeah. I should have brought some decorations with me. I could have put a few in the tree there, but there's a time and a place for that. I have done that in the past out in the mountains, but I will settle for the sun coming up over there in a minute. But that's how you cook Christmas dinner in 10 minutes. Done. Pudding grew on a tree somewhere in the world, probably down in the States there somewhere. I do have some pepperonis in there as well, they're really nice. No idea where they came from. Here comes my Christmas music. That's some pretty strong Christmas music as well. Maybe it'll start blowing off the table here in a minute, you watch. Yeah. That's so good. And the advantage of Christmas dinner Dave style, campfire style, is I don't have to do any washing up. There's no washing up, nothing sitting in the dishwasher, no leftovers either for tomorrow. But there's a much easier way of doing Christmas dinner. You hear the crows now too. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Yep, crow just flew right over. And that is how you enjoy Christmas dinner in the middle of nowhere. Very nice indeed. Right. We'll switch this off and see if I can break that piece of wood in half. Right. Didn't have much luck breaking that piece of wood in half, as you can see. Didn't want to break. Move that around. Another one of these logs. There's some rather nice firewood. Somebody started to burn it, but I will help them with that process. There we go. most enjoyable. And it's actually quite a small fire for me. I will let that settle down a bit, and then I will do the other half of my Christmas dinner. In actual fact, that was so good, I'm going to put another one on now. There we go. So now the flames have died down a bit on the back. I've just got some good coals in there now. So that should help. Just let the heat, as I've said in my other videos, when it's cold, don't do your coat up when you're near a fire. Always leave your coat open and let the heat in. Let the sawdust in as well, but a little bit. Yeah. Let the heat in. Makes a big difference. That is still chucking off ridiculous amounts of heat. They will take that. That is a very good way to spend the day. And the advantage of coming out here Christmas Day is you can pretty much guarantee you're going to be the only person out here. Can't imagine why, but yeah. When I turned down this road, I saw one other car, and I didn't see another car for probably 10 kilometres, 15 kilometres. Haven't seen another one since. Yeah. Let's warm that up. Let's put that down that way, I think. There we go. It's cooking rather nicely. The secret with these things is not to make them too hot. They can get too hot. I like them edible, not burnt. Yeah. Well, rapidly getting there. Ooh, yeah, that's hot. Yeah, so I should have bought my kettle. I got my kettle in the car. It have a little bit of water. I should have bought my drinking chocolate. That was an error. Yes. Next time I do this, I will bring my drinking chocolate. That is starting to look good. All I can hear is squirrels, crows, little birds, whatever they were, little sparrowy things. No deer. The wind in the trees. Oh yeah, that one's getting a bit hot. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's hot. Right. Put those over there. The rest of Christmas dinner. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. I don't know if you can see, but the sun is just about to break through there. That is how you do Christmas Day. Like that. Yes, that sun is just about to break over through there. Look. These sausage rolls are remarkably good. Right, let me switch that off for a bit. I'll do some more in a moment. Well, most of these videos, when you see stuff like this, you see people split up wood with amazing axes and all the rest of it. Well, I don't have an amazing axe with me. What I have is my little Fiskars. and you drive that into the wood as hard as you can, right about there somewhere, and you take a precision made tree. Fortunately they grow in 2x4s. And that is how we split wood in the real world, you know. It's great having all these, I see these amazing videos of people, you know, swinging all these great big axes and splitting up all this wood. They usually use nice straight grained wood that splits good because it looks good on video. However, this is a gnarly piece of old garbage. Basically, you can see the branch went through here. Look, and it's this is actually cedar. Is it cedar or pine? No, this is pine, but it actually splits very, very well. And you'd be amazed, even with a small axe, people go out and they buy these amazing axes, and there's some good axes out there, don't get me wrong, there's some good axes out there, and it's but with one of these you'd be surprised, you know. It's a remarkably capable tool, and that has some pretty gnarly wood. There's some bad notches in there. However, with a lump of 2x4 or a log, that's how you split wood in the real world. You know? I do see a lot of videos where people, they're out doing this kind of stuff and all the rest of it, and they always have these amazing videos of splitting wood and cutting trees and all the rest of it. When you actually try that in the real world, you'll find that wood doesn't split that easy. It doesn't just go straight through there like butter. It can be hard work sometimes, especially if you get a bit of pine. You get a pine tree that's about yay round and it had a lot of branches on it. Trust me, that can be some interesting splitting. But this stuff actually doesn't split up too bad. It burns nice too. It's fairly dry. But, all I've got to do is I've got to split the whole log up. So, let's see if I can. Oh, look at that! See, works great. Let's split up some more of those bits. And that is how you split wood in the real world. Right. Right, I've taken my hat off for a bit because I need to listen. I can hear, not too far away from here, some yapping. I don't know if this camera's sensitive enough to pick that up. It's canine and it's a fair distance. It's probably a good few kilometres, but I can hear it. There are wolves and there are coyotes up in here. Neither of those two tend to get too close to people because they don't like people. However, it's a good idea to make sure you're prepared just in case. I have had a few encounters, actually more so towards being in town than out here, where coyotes get a little bit close to you and people always back away from them because oh, I'm scared, it's a coyote, it might bite me. Yeah, no, wrong response. Coyote starts coming towards you, you just go for it. You let that coyote know, because you're bigger than a coyote. You just let that coyote know that you mean business. He's going to try and avoid people like the plague next time. But you'll see all these people, they all cower and start running away. Well, as soon as you run away from any kind of wildlife, it knows it's got the upper hand and it's going to chase you. Nope, wrong response, unless it's a big grizzly bear. Don't try and fight a grizzly bear because it's not going to work out too well for you. That'll be a very short fight that lasts about 3 seconds. Yeah. But whatever that is down there, it's definitely canine. Coyotes, when they've got something, they tend to more yap. They have this like howly yappy crap, and wolves tend to call the rest of the buddies in and say, hey, lunch is served. There's definitely something canine down that way, so I shall keep my ears open. Look at that, eh? Nice. Cloud's starting to come over a bit. We got that high thin cloud. But that's not too bad. Fire's coming along nicely. that other long bit. I just pushed that in there. That's pretty much good to go now. I've got one of those other long bits. That's my other log splitter. So I will put that in there and do some more later. And that is a much better fire. Oh yeah, got some decent wood in there now. Split up some of that. That log's slowly getting smaller. You look at a great big log like that and you think, oh, that'll last all day, that one piece of wood. You'd be surprised. That's nice dry wood. I've had that drying for some time. Much better than that though, does it though? Yeah. Right. So, fire is going good. Pretty happy with that. That's some good flame in there now. That's some decent logs. So, it's time to get my feet up, enjoy the fire. Have to do it. Cup of tea. Cannot get any better than that. Can't put a Christmas drink in there because I have to drive home. So, I do have at home, in the cupboard, actually in the fridge now because it's nice and cool, a very nice Christmas drink. Come all the way from the Okanagan actually. It's pear favoured cider. Can't remember who makes it now. I think it's the Okanagan Cider Company, one of them. Anyway, it's their pear flavour. Oh my god, it's so good. It really, really is good. I don't often drink. I'm not a great drinker, but I certainly would never drink if I had to drive anywhere. Not even, not even a glass of wine. I ain't driving. Simple as that. But it. So I will have my Christmas drink, which is my Christmas tea. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Let me tell you, fantastic way to spend the day. Oh, I'm enjoying that fire now. That's getting some toasty. That wood's pretty dry, I can tell you. I've had that drying for some time now, but it's all got to go. So I'm chopping it all up. She's all going in the fire. Yeah. I don't mind bringing lots of firewood with me, but I don't like taking lots of firewood back home with me because I've got so much of it. It's just insane. I've got lots and lots of firewood. Yeah. Whatever the howling was and what have you behind me and the commotion has all seemed to settle down, so that's good. I can still hear it way over in the distance. But it's settled down from what it was. If it was coyotes or whatever, they usually do that when they caught something. It just lets everybody else in the pack know, hey, come and give us a hand, we've got some food to cart home. Yeah. Oh, I will take that. That is good. Yes. Oh. And tea as well. Yay! Gotta have it. Actually, I've nearly drunk all my tea now. I have about 3 or 4 cups left. And then that'll be that. Very nice. Let's put that back on there so I don't lose that. I will stick that back on there so I don't lose that. So I'm not too worried about the noise now. Christmas hat can go back on. I will enjoy my Christmas fire. Oh, that is so good. Just listen to that. Wind in the trees, coyotes howling in the distance. That's what you call Christmas. Yeah. In my world, it doesn't get much better than that. Right, let me turn that off for a bit. Do some more later. Well, I decided to split the rest of that log up and get that done and dusted. That's all good. Got a decent sized fire going now. Like I say, it's a shame it hasn't got those little cutouts on the front there, because the amount of heat that comes out through those little gaps, you have the thing on the front there. Oh, it's just toasty. Yeah. That mantle is chucking off a lot of heat now. As you can see, all the snow and that around it is melting pretty good. It's important to keep these areas nice. We just did a garbage look around. Pretty difficult this time of the year because a lot of the stone is everywhere. But I found a few of those little plastic bread tag things. They drive me nuts. I hate those little bread tag things. But I found 3 of them, but they're easy to lose. They fall off the table. So my philosophy is if everybody tidies up a little bit when they come out, keep it nice, keeps it nice for the next people, makes it a pleasant place to be. If it's all full of garbage, no good. My hope of the sun coming up over the trees there and sitting on top of the tree for my Christmas star didn't really work out because the clouds starting to form, as you can see. Starting to bunch up there a little touch. Thickening up. It's supposed to later. We might even get some snow later. That's why I say I'll wait until I've burnt through all this firewood, and then I'll see if I have time to go to somewhere else that's down this way. That'll be rather nice. So I will call that it for a bit, and I'm just going to sit and enjoy this warmth. Very nice. Yes, that last big bit didn't want to split very well, so chuck that in there, have a go. That's a fairly big chunk of log there, but yeah, didn't want to split, but we'll make a fit. Snow's gone soft again for a bit. It's warmed up. Yeah, that's as high as my son got. Look at that. It ain't going to get much higher than that. Probably about 3 or 4 inches more, I guess, in the sky, if that. And, this time of the year, it doesn't get too high. That's pretty much about it. If that is not a nice Christmas picture, I don't know what is. Very nice. Yes, my wood pile is getting down. I'd say it's quite amazing. That kick, it's not ready to break yet. Yeah. Some of these bits that I brought along, I do have my saw with me. I could have cut them in half. However, fire will cut me in half pretty quick. That stuff it chucks off a lot of heat, but it doesn't burn for very long. It's not good long-term wood. That big log I put in there, that'll burn for some time. But all that wood and that I bought with me, that's probably only good for probably 3 or 4 hours, I guess. You'd be surprised when you get a big fire going just how much firewood you get through. So if you're going camping, and you're camping overnight, especially in the cold, like if it's -20 or whatever, make sure you got piles and piles of wood. I hear people say, make sure you have like 2 times or 3 times as much as you think you need. Well, you don't know how much you need, so just keep piling it up. If you've got, I don't know, 4 logs that are like 6 to 8 inches round, don't think that's enough. Just multiply that by 3 and keep going. And then cut up a whole bunch of small stuff like this as well. Have all kinds, different sizes, all ready to go. Because if you wake up in the middle of the night and it's -30, -20, and the wind's changed or whatever, and your fire's pretty low, you need some small wood to throw on there like really fast. Get some logs between whatever's left of the long logs, and then just get that fire going again. And anytime you put logs on, don't just chuck one more on the top. That ain't no good. Just pile it on there. You know, put 2 or 3 on there. Generally speaking, if you're doing a long log fire, you want the biggest log that you can get at the back. A bit like if you were building a Siberian log fire, where you have the big log at the back and the small ones hanging over the top of it. Just have a big log at the back, stuff it into the ground if you can, so there's no air coming underneath that log, and you'll be surprised how long that will burn. It will get really, really hot. The embers will get hot, but because it hasn't got air coming underneath it, it doesn't burn away very fast, but it burns a lot slower. And so I found that purely by accident. It's that was trial and error and what have you, and I thought, oh yeah, that actually works pretty well. So biggest log at the back, make sure there's no air coming underneath it. That'll make a good like backdrop for the fire for some time. So anytime you're putting logs on the fire, you're putting on a couple at a time minimum, and always have a bunch of small ones cut up like these ones down here. Always have a bunch of those cut up, so if you wake up you can just chuck 2 or 3 of those in there and just get some heat going again. You don't want to be waking up in the cold, because if it's too cold you ain't going to be waking up. Simple as that. Yeah. You look at that big log I put in there, you look at how quickly that consumes. Yeah. My little birds that were here have all gone. The crows are gone. The squirrels are still here somewhere. The crows are over the far side there now. And other than that, I haven't heard or seen anything. It's great, isn't it? I was looking at some of the pine trees over there, the other side. Look at a number of cones. I don't know if this camera will pick it up, but the number of cones on top of that tree over there. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of them on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can see like 7 or 8 of those trees absolutely covered in cones. That's a lot. These ones here haven't got quite so much on, but those ones over there, absolutely covered in them. That's good to see, because that stuff comes off of there. That's next year's trees. Yeah. I like to collect them up and give them a little bit of a hand. Just stick them in the ground somewhere. You never know. More chance they're going to grow if you stick them in the ground than if you don't. So. But all these little trees up through here, you need to keep these. Oh, comes nature's music again. Hear it? Sounds like water flowing down the stream. That's exactly what it is actually, it's just the fluid. Different density to water in a river, but it behaves exactly the same. It's just the fluid. Much less dense than river water. Yeah. It doesn't get much better than that. You see these people on their TV, they have those little Christmas fires, you know, they put them on there because they haven't got a log fire or whatever. I've got a log fire, and I can sit and watch this all day. Hey, look, sun's just coming through the tree, a little gap in the cloud there. See, I've got a star on my tree. Okay, it's halfway up the tree, but it'll do. Thought's there, thought that counts. Right. I'm going to see if that piece of wood will break in half. It should be pretty much burnt through there by now, and I can get that other bit in there. Right, I should take my Christmas hat off. It's actually getting pretty warm. Yeah. That sun's just coming nice, look at that. That sun stays like that, and the cloud doesn't build up too much. Once I've burnt through this firewood and got everything tidied up, I might head a bit further down the road. Very nice. So, Christmas Day with Dave. This is how you do Christmas Day. Yeah. No stress, no grief, nobody panicking. Oh, did we remember Auntie Flo? No, we didn't remember Auntie Flo, no. Yes, I remember all those years. Chaos. Christmas always seems to be chaos. Yeah, there's always somebody you forgot or whatever, and then it just turns into chaos. It's not what Christmas is about. This is what Christmas is about. Sitting next to a nice log fire, surrounded by the snow, listening to the wind in the trees, having a nice little bit of food there, which reminds me I've still got my grapefruit to go, and I can go from there. Right, time for Christmas pudding. My Christmas pudding grows on trees, and it looks like a grapefruit. It is a grapefruit. Anybody who doesn't have these, you should really try them. Oh, these are so good. That is by far and away. Mmm. Those are so good. Got a bit of shadows now, look. Sun's breaking through. That's good. those are very good. And that is the best Christmas pudding ever. Grapefruit flavour. I don't think it'll catch on, but it should because it's very nice. Toasty, toasty warm. Look at that. Oh yeah. That I like. I'll take some more of that. See if I can get that in the whole picture. Maybe. Look at that. Perfect. Love it. Well, that is the last of the firewood just gone on there. You can get through that pile. Yeah. Not quite as warm with your feet this side. That was actually getting a bit warmer on that side. So I thought I'd come and sit around here for a different view. It's amazing how it melts all that snow and that around the fire. Yeah. Middle of winter when it's really, really cold though, you can have an absolute blazing fire in there. And the ice and the snow will only move back about half an inch, 3/4 of an inch from the steel. Yeah. It's amazing when those are really, really cold and that snow's deep. It doesn't melt back as much as you might think. So I will take that as a very good day. Woo! And the wind's blowing right at me now. That was a mistake sitting right there, wasn't it? Eh? It is a nice view though. So I think I might just put up with it for a little bit. Just sit and enjoy this, burn through this last bit of wood, let that burn right down, and I'm going to head on out of here. Thanks for coming along for Christmas Day dinner with Dave. Yeah, Christmas dinner Dave style. Right, I will do some more another time.